Welcome to United Network News, the official news channel for CARE, the Center for Amity and Restoration of Earth. I'm Sunny Galt. At UNN, you get the real news. Through our field messengers, we show you the truth about what's really taking place in our communities. We also bring you stories to help you remember who you are and why you're here, as well as regional stories that impact the people. And our World Situation Report reveals what's happening throughout the multiverse. We are here to restore Earth. In the U.S., it is Friday, August 23rd, 2024. Looking for a way to relax? Why not weave with these adorable alpacas? We'll introduce you to Jenny, the owner, and learn more about her creative farm. The Gladheart Farmers Market in North Carolina is a great place to find natural products and organic food, but they are best known for their goat milk. We'll meet some of the vendors. Making sure your pet is happy and healthy is as easy as following the B.E.A.M. Find out what it stands for. The U.S. government releases a report pointing out the toxicity of fluoride levels in drinking water and how it's impacting children's cognitive development. And Brazil takes legal measures to ban kites in their country. Learn why many are saying they're just too dangerous.
This is Calen Gipp, messenger for United Network News. Here's a look at today's field messenger reports from all around the world. Today we explore Jenny's Alpaca Farm, a charming sanctuary where creativity and gentle alpacas come together. UNN field messenger DaNell introduces us to the farm's owner and takes us on a weaving adventure.
This is DaNell, a field messenger for United Network News, coming to you from Bluffdale, Utah, just south of Salt Lake, at Jenny's Alpaca Farm. Jenny is sharing her space, her expertise, and her farm looms with a group of us tonight as she teaches us to weave. So let's meet Jenny.
My name's Jenny. I live here on my alpaca farm, and I am a weaving instructor. My husband and I made our no-frills farm looms so that we could teach outside in our pasture among our alpacas. And my goal is to reduce anxiety in the world by introducing people to weaving. So come and learn to weave. It's beginner friendly and a lot of fun.
After we look around and meet her cute alpacas, Jenny starts us off by helping us to wind our bobbins using electric drills. And once we have wound 3 or 4 different yarns, we sit down at our own looms and begin to weave, changing a color here and there, adding some texture or thickness. We move our right foot and then our left foot, then we pull back on our shuttle to tighten everything. It was fun. It was friendly. We had beautiful summer weather. We sipped on lemonade, laughed and visited as the alpacas roamed around us. After 3 hours, we've all made progress. And we'll take these home and finish tying off the edges with knots and then trim our string. Thank you, Jenny, for your beautiful space, and thank you, alpacas, for your yarn and for being such friendly pets. This is DaNell, a field messenger for United Network News.
Gladheart Farmers Market offers a unique shopping experience with a wide variety of local produced organic goods. UNN field messenger Beatrice introduces us to some of the vendors and their products.
Good afternoon. It's a Sunday afternoon here in the Asheville area of North Carolina. This is Gladheart Farms. They are famous for their goat milk and organic farming, biodynamic farming. Many of these are small vendors. Here's our honey. So tell me, local honey?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us what you do.
We're beekeepers.
Yes?
Well, the bees keep us. We don't like to call ourselves beekeepers. They take so much good care of all the people, so we just participate in the process.
Well, thank you very much for what you're doing for our community. We really appreciate local products. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we have all sorts of vendors here. Rachel, thank you very much. You're Naturally Connected is the name of your...
Yes, Naturally Connected Life.
And what is it you do?
I sell tallow lotion. So tallow lotion, tallow is rendered beef fat, and it's actually a saturated fat. It's really great to put on your skin.
Hello. We have a place that sells beef.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Mavericks Cattle Company. Buy your beef here. Bison, elk, seafood, and cheese. Locally raised and all natural and grass-fed. Well, we like that. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, here's somebody selling mushrooms. You know, there's a whole thing about mushrooms. They're the internet of the planet. This is Gladheart Farm that hosts this here. And these are all the things that they have to sell that are fresh. Looks like they've got fresh corn. They have goat milk, gluten-free bread. And they have baked goods as well. Anyway, I wanted to share with you that we have a very active community here that cares a lot about health and good food and arts and crafts. Thank you very much. This is Beatrice from United Network News, sharing one of our Sunday markets. Thank you.
We want you to become a UNN field messenger. These are everyday people just like you who want to make a difference in their community. You don't need any special training or equipment. Just use the camera on your mobile phone and show us what's happening in your area. You send us your videos and our production team will create the report for you. Our website is up and running at unitednetwork.earth. You can submit your Field Messenger reports directly through the Field Messenger tab at the top of the page. You can also email your reports to our email address at fieldmessenger@unitednetwork.earth.
Hey, I'm Kirsten from Switzerland.
This is Wayne from Tucson.
Hi, my name is Desmond from Ghana.
I am Claudia from Dawsonville, Georgia.
I'm Mikey from Pretoria, South Africa.
Hi, I'm Steve McGrath, Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada.
People from all around the world are coming together.
Happy day, beautiful world. We are here in a rather small urban garden, and this video is just to show you the joys that we've had in this garden with the electric gardening.
When news happens in their area, they show us what's really going on.
We have people in the streets protesting for and against.
At United Network News, our field messengers are changing the face of news.
This is Field Messenger Helen reporting with nature, and I'm going to talk to you about the bees again.
Take the next step in restoring our planet. Become a UNN Field Messenger today.
Hi, I'm Stephanie from South Africa. If it's going to be, it's up to me.
If it's going to be, it's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to me. It's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to all of us. We're UNN, and we're taking back the news.
We all want our pets to be healthy and happy. But how do you know if your pet is thriving? Dr. Jeff Feynman is a holistic veterinarian who helps empower pet parents by bridging the gap between conventional veterinary medicine and holistic health. He says to determine your pet's health, follow the B.E.A.M. So today we're talking about taking care of our pets and our animals. Dr. Jeff is back with us. Dr. Jeff, we want our animals to be as healthy as possible. And one of the ways to be able to track this is something you talk about. You say follow the B.E.A.M, B-E-A-M. So what is B.E.A.M and how can we use this?
Thank you so much for asking, Sunny. This is, for me, the essence of a lot of what I do and I'm all about, because B.E.A.M is a reflection of an inner balance. It's a reflection of happiness, quality of life. B.E.A.M stands for behavior, energy, appetite, and mood. So these are all factors that you can monitor at home, and we strongly recommend that you start a B.E.A.M journal, a journal where you keep track of changes in your animal's beam. Usually if it's an 8 or above, where it's measured on a 1 to 10 scale, where 1 is, a very low energy, not eating, very sickly pet, and a 10 is 100%. I want to go off my walk. I want to eat all my food. I want to be as normal as possible. So keep track of that, because beam will be an indicator of an internal energetic imbalance, often even before other things will be. So following the changes, my animal is usually low keys. We get a beam score of 7 or 8, but if all of a sudden it becomes like I spoke to Bodhi's mom earlier today, his usual 8 or 9 beam is now like a 5 or 6.
Okay.
Something's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's really important, because I have a golden doodle, and she is very active, I think even much so than most golden doodles. So what I would record in my beam for my specific golden doodle that I'm a parent of would be different probably than other parents out there of golden doodles. They may be a little bit more reserved, a little less hyper or active. So it's important that we start as early as we can with our pets. And then we're really just looking for those changes, right? And jotting those changes down.
Exactly. And changes are the key. Changes in any way, because they indicate that something's changing internally that may self-correct, in which case, you just keep it in your journal and you might forget about it if you don't write it down. But if it doesn't self-correct, then yeah, you definitely want to pursue further diagnostics for sure. And beam is a great way to track treatment. So while your animal is being treated in any way that they're being treated, if the physical symptom is going away but the beam is lower, then you know that internally they're actually not so good. So even though you don't like the red ear and the red ear goes away when you use a steroid, if the beam drops, then you know that you've got to go a step further.
Okay. And then how do we know when to take that next step? Like, how off do things need to be, and for how long? I would imagine that this kind of varies a little bit.
And that's exactly the answer. It's all individual. Every individual, every person, every animal is going to be different and has different sensitivities. I have worked with people that they rush to the vet every day if there's anything going on, and others that are more the wait and watch and follow the beam, and that's where the beam is a really good indicator. If an animal with a beam of 8 starts having sneezing or mucusy discharge or even pussy discharge from the eyes, but it still has a beam of 8, maybe you can wait a day or two and make some changes in the environment before you rush to the vet. But if that same animal with the pussy eyes and sneezing, if that beam drops, it's probably a good idea to go right to your vet and have that pursued.
The English town of Lewis is enlisting the help of dogs and their owners to rewild a local reserve that was heavily degraded by foot traffic. The project uses the natural tendency of dogs to wander in the woods to spread wildflower seeds from saddlebags strapped around the dog's belly. As the dogs run around and enjoy following the numerous smells and sights in the park, they spread wildflower seeds along the way. The idea mimics the function that wolves once played in England. When roaming over vast distances, grass and flower seeds get stuck in their fur, only to fall off and germinate elsewhere. This random seed spreading is actually how many plants evolved, and it's key to maintaining a biodiverse and native landscape. Now, the dogs and people who once trampled the land are the solution to building it back up and restoring a healthy ecosystem. Elderberries have been a folk remedy for centuries across North America, Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa. These small dark berries contain bioactive compounds like vitamins and flavonoids, which are known for their antiviral and immune boosting properties. Research indicates elderberry juice can reduce the severity of flu and cold symptoms, helping people recover faster. Elderberries are also valued for their antioxidant richness, which can help lower cholesterol, improve heart health, and support the immune system. It is important to note that elderberries need to be fully cooked before consuming them to avoid any potential toxicity. Syrup and cough drops made with elderberry can be found in health food stores and make a delicious addition to any household's medicine cabinet. Soma Neuromuscular Integration offers a unique approach that combines ancient wisdom with modern techniques to restore harmony and vitality to your body and mind. Whether you're seeking relief from physical discomfort, emotional release, or simply a deeper connection to yourself, Soma Bodywork provides a comprehensive method to help you achieve optimal health and wellness. Today, Kim sits down with Gabe, a Soma Bodywork practitioner, to see how this transformative practice can enhance your life one mindful session at a time.
Today we are talking with Gabe, and Gabe is a Soma Neuromuscular Integration practitioner. Welcome, Gabe.
Hi, Kim. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again, too.
Yeah.
So what exactly is a Soma Neuromuscular Integration practitioner?
The idea is that the body is held together by the fascial net, and everything kind of finds its place within our skin via the compartmentalization and integration of that same network, kind of like a web throughout the whole body that gives every part its place.
What is the difference between integration and typical chiropractic care that people might seek?
The fascia is the soft tissue component that holds the bones in the organization that they're in. And so when we get an X-ray, we see the bone alignment and how that organizes itself, but that which holds it in the place that it is the soft tissue component.
Okay.
And so chiropractors work with kind of encouraging movement in the alignment of bones that have gotten sticky to create more of a range of motion of the actual joint capsule itself, whereas people that work in massage and rolfing and structural integration are working in the soft tissue component of kind of the materials that hold all of those things in place. And if the soft tissue has a lot of fluid mobility, then the bones can kind of organize themselves appropriately to that.
If it's called neuromuscular, then that must mean that this also would affect your neurological system.
When we touch one part of the body, we touch the whole thing. And so every nerve in our entire body goes to our brain through a pathway that it takes branching throughout the entire system. And so a muscle has multiple nerves that go to that muscle directly. And those nerves both send stimulus from the muscle to the brain and from the brain to the muscle.
Now, you've taken your Soma neuromuscular integration to like a whole nother level here. And recently, you've added something called a cold laser.
Sure.
So I just wanted to touch on that. So what is a cold laser?
Cold laser is a technology that's been around since the 90s. They call it a cold laser because it's high output in terms of the photons. There's 4 billion photons per second getting spit out of this little flashlight, but at the same time, it doesn't have the power for those photon rays to heat the tissues to the point where those tissues are then going to be caused damage. There's 10 trillion cells all working simultaneously for me to just take advantage of everything that I'm able to take advantage of and do everything that I'm able to do in life. And so each one of those cells has a powerhouse, and it's a symbiotic relationship between an archaea bacteria called mitochondria. And mitochondria produce ATP, or energy, for cellular function. All cellular function requires ATP in the body. So everything that the body does needs ATP to do it. And if it gets more ATP, it can do more. And so the science behind the laser is that the archaea bacteria have photoreceptors. And so there's proteins that are part of the electron transport chain, which produces energy for the cell. And those proteins get stimulated when those specific light wave frequencies hit them.
Gabe, I just want to say thank you for coming today. I appreciate all your time and all you've taught our audience today. So thank you so much.
I appreciate the opportunity to share.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you would like more information, that full interview is now available on the United Network News app. We are United Network News. Every day, we release real stories from real people all over the world.
Field Messenger reporting from Gold Coast, Australia,
Denmark,
Canada,
Uganda,
from Atlanta,
in Southern California.
In their own words, people like you share what's really happening in their area. At UNN, you are the news. You are creating a new world with infinite possibilities. You are the restoration plan. Come join us for the real news every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, only on United Network. We're UNN, and we're taking back the news. Internet services were suspended and schools were closed for the second consecutive day in a town near Mumbai, India. This is due to escalating protests over the alleged sexual abuse of young girls. This unrest, located about 31 miles from the financial capital, coincides with nationwide demonstrations sparked by a high-profile incident of violence, against women. Local reports indicated janitor was arrested for the assault at a local school. Protesters took to the streets, blocking railway tracks for hours as they demanded justice for the victims. In response to the unrest, authorities ordered schools to remain closed and disabled internet services to prevent further gatherings. Officials announced the case would be expedited in court. Critics claim the protests were politically motivated, coinciding with the upcoming state elections. China's drive for urbanization is detrimental to its already declining birth rates, as many residents face overwhelming work pressures and high living costs in metropolitan areas. Despite announcing ambitious plans to create a birth-friendly society, authorities continue to encourage migration to cities, where childcare and education expenses are steep and space is limited. The current fertility rates are alarmingly low, with projections indicating the population of women of reproductive age will decline by more than 2/3 by the end of the century. The rapid urbanization mirrors trends seen in East Asian countries, where industrialization has also led to falling birth rates. Experts suggest improving rural living standards and public services could promote more sustainable economic growth and potentially enhance fertility rates. Canada's major railroads have begun shutting down services amid ongoing contract negotiations with the Teamsters Union. Without regular rail service, many companies face significant disruptions, leading to potential production cutbacks and even closures. Manufacturing sectors may have to halt operations if they cannot secure timely shipments, while ports and grain elevators risk becoming congested with unprocessed cargo. The negotiations are focused on worker scheduling and fatigue management, with the railroads proposing changes to compensation structures. If the situation continues, critical services like water treatment plants may struggle due to lack of essential deliveries. Many businesses might turn to trucking, but it won't match the railroad's capacity. A recent report from the U.S. National Toxicology Program raises concerns about the impact of fluoride levels in drinking water on children's cognitive development. The research shows higher fluoride exposure may be linked to lower IQs in children. The report suggests about 2 million people in the U.S. may still be exposed to these harmful levels. Experts believe pregnant women and young children should be particularly cautious and consider limiting their fluoride intake from various sources, including drinking water and certain beverages. While federal recommendations for fluoride levels were adjusted in recent years to reduce dental fluorosis, the report does not address the effects of lower fluoride levels or what might happen to adults exposed to high levels. Officials emphasize the need for additional research to fully understand the implications of fluoride on brain development and to ensure public safety. In England, the National Health Service, or NHS, is collaborating with the charity hospital rooms to improve mental health units through creative art projects involving patients and staff. The charity has hired renowned artists to paint vibrant murals in NHS mental health units, creating a more therapeutic environment. In addition to physical art projects, the charity has launched the Digital Art School, offering online classes taught by acclaimed artists, which became an important resource during the pandemic. This initiative aims to reach more than 180,000 patients with severe mental illness across 750 NHS sites. By providing quality art materials and opportunities for creative expression, hospital rooms seek to reduce the stigma around mental health treatment and encourage collaboration amongst patients, artists, and NHS staff. Sunflower oil has surpassed olive oil as the preferred cooking oil in Spain, the world's largest olive oil producer. A recent report shows Spaniards purchased 179 million liters of sunflower oil compared to just 107 million liters of olive oil in the first half of 2024. This change reflects a broader trend as high olive oil prices, now exceeding €6 per liter, have forced many families to seek more affordable alternatives. Olive oil sales by volume fell 18% compared to the same period last year, while sunflower oil saw a 25% increase. Prolonged droughts and heat waves have diminished olive harvests, causing a rise in prices and making olive oil less accessible for lower income households. To alleviate this issue, the Spanish government cut the value-added tax on olive oil, while some major supermarkets have reduced prices significantly in hopes of regaining lost customers. Zambia's health minister has reported the recent deaths of about 400 dogs linked to contaminated maize, indicating a potential threat to humans as well. An investigation revealed half of the 25 maize samples from local milling companies contained high levels of aflatoxins, which are toxic substances produced by fungi and associated with liver cancer risks in humans. Although no human fatalities have been reported, the Zambia National Public Health Institute is actively investigating the situation to assess the impact on people's health. In response to the crisis, contaminated maize meal batches have been recalled, although the specific brands remain undisclosed. Concerns are growing amongst the public about the government's transparency and the safety of food supplies. Maize is a staple food for the Zambian population, providing about 60% of their daily calories. Motorcycle taxi drivers in Uganda are facing challenges as the country struggles with rising unemployment rates. With approximately 76% of the population under 35, many drivers are university graduates, turn to this informal sector due to a lack of job opportunities. While providing important services, these drivers face criticism for their role in traffic violations and crime, leading to an increase in road safety concerns. Government officials are struggling to regulate the growing number of motorcycle taxis as traffic laws are often ignored. In an effort to provide more opportunities, the government has reduced licensing fees, making it easier for individuals to enter the industry. Many drivers struggle financially with daily costs, including daily fees to employers and maintenance of the motorcycles. Australia is a significant market for Kenyan flowers, contributing to the local economy and the livelihoods of millions of families. However, the journey of these blooms often comes with a considerable environmental cost. Once harvested in Kenya, flowers travel to the Netherlands, the world's largest flower auction site, where they are sold before being distributed globally. This transport is raising concerns amongst consumers and trade companies about sustainability. The auction house in the Netherlands aims to address these concerns through a new sustainability rating system, which evaluates flowers based on their environmental impact. This system will give consumers insights into their ecological effects of their purchases. Experts recommend choosing in-season and locally grown flowers to minimize environmental impact. Brazil is planning to ban kites with razor-sharp lines due to safety concerns after numerous injuries and deaths linked to the sport. Authorities report more than 2,800 incidents related to illegal line use have been recorded in Rio State since 2019. In response to these dangers, a federal bill to prohibit such lines nationwide was recently approved by Congress's lower house and is advancing to the Senate. Kite flying is celebrated as a part of cultural heritage, but is turned deadly during kite fighting competitions. While some advocate for regulated kite flying in designated areas, others argue the risks outweigh the sport's tradition. Several Brazilian states have implemented varying laws, but authorities continue to struggle with enforcement challenges as many violations go unchecked.
Football season is now. Don't miss the action. Get all of your games in one place. At United TV, don't pay an arm and a leg to keep up with the action. For as little as $15.99 per month, you will get it all. With multi-screen viewing, make this season your winning season. Go to unitedtv.org and sign up today.
Want to share news from UNN? Help us change the face of social media and use it for good. Connect with us through our online channels. Our social media team creates clips from each newscast you can easily share with people you care about. That's also where you'll find our UNN Meme of the Day, a great way to encourage critical thinking. Links to all our social media sites are available at the bottom of our website at unitednetwork.earth. Let's change the face of news together.
Kim is unable to join us today for the World Situation Report, as the deep state appears to have launched a full-on attack on the financial system. Hacking continues on secure information, such as credit card data and social security numbers, as the operatives try to revive the old financial slavery systems. As of this moment, they have been unsuccessful. Leverage attempts by the Treasury and Federal Reserve have fallen flat. There has also been a widespread effort to open portals, leading to other human-computer networks in other timelines. Kim will give us a full briefing on Monday. And that wraps up today's news update. Please share UNN with your friends and family. We need everyone to come together and help restore our planet. When news happens in your area, record and share it with us, so together we can change the world. Remember, if it's going to be, it's up to me. I'm Sunny Galt. Join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for The Real News.